Hi guys, and welcome to Escape with Watch Reviews. My name is Steve, and today we're going to do a quick comparison between the Seestern S434 and the Seestern S435. There's kind of a lot of confusion between the two models, and so yeah, we're going to cover that all right now. So just to show you guys here, if you want to see a full review on this one, I'm going to be leaving the link right up here. This is the version 1. So later on, right before this one was released, they released a version 2 of this watch, the S434, with a bigger crown. That's the only change that they made. And then shortly after that model came out, they released this one here. So I'm not really sure why they did that. One of the big differences between these two models here, we're going to cover all the differences, but one of the main differences is you can't get this two-tone colorway, which I was kind of disappointed in. I do really like this color. I wish I could have gotten it in this one, but I just went for the all black. But I have been wearing the heck out of this one. So yeah, I do really like the new model, and I do think the changes are worth about an extra $50 that they're asking for it. So the retail prices for these watches, as of right now, I believe are about $170 for the S434. That is with an NH35, and then for about $225, you get this one here with the Seagull ST2130. So that's one of the reasons why it's more expensive. The ST2130, it's a high beat at a clone movement, so you do get a nicer sweep on that seconds hand, as you can see right here, side by side. It is a smoother sweep, and it's just a nicer looking movement. They do have display case backs here, so there's the Seagull movement. Looks really nice with the decoration on it. Everyone has seen the NH35. It's nothing pretty to look at. So yeah, you do get a nicer movement. But the thing that makes the biggest difference to me between these two are the cases. So because this is using the Seagull ST2130, they were able to make this case quite a bit thinner. As you can see here, side by side, they look a lot thinner. It also looks like it has a little bit more turned down to the lugs there. You get a thinner bezel. Then you've got that top hat sapphire crystal instead of the slight double dome here on the S434. So I'm a huge fan of this new case. You can see the rehout depth is just way shorter on the S435. That makes a huge difference on the way this thing looks and the way this thing wears. It wears great. I was really happy with the way that this watch wore. I still think this is a great watch, but this one, this S435, just wears so much nicer, so much nicer. And I also think the crystal is more clear. So yeah, very happy with the changes and the updates they've made on this watch. It is, for the most part, the same exact watch as the S435. The bracelet is the same. The clasp is the same. It's a 3-link. I'm going to show you guys while I'm talking about it. It's your typical 3-link style bracelet here. It does have an on-the-fly clasp right there. So you get the same bracelet and the same clasp on either of the watches. I will say this model here does offer a rubber strap for a little bit less. Might be worth it if you're not a bracelet guy. Their straps are excellent. Their rubber straps are excellent. I've been mostly wearing this thing on leather, though. I haven't really had it too much on the bracelet, not because I don't like it, but just because I like the way that this thing looks on leather. I also have a mesh bracelet that I'm going to show you guys here as well. So let me go outside and do that right now. I'll throw this on the wrist for you. And here we are on my 7.5-inch wrist, and as you can see, it wears fantastic. Really nice thin mid case, sloping lugs, just hugs me perfectly. Absolutely love it. That crystal looks fantastic. The dial has a nice subtle sunburst still, and yeah, I mean, it just looks really good. Very happy with the way this watch wears. Got a couple other straps here. I'm going to throw it on real quick, and then we'll get back to this mini review. And here we are on a mesh bracelet. This is one I got lifted off of one of my Paganis, but I really like the bracelet. I think it looks pretty good on this watch. And lastly, here we are on a black Tropic strap. Skin diver, it's going to look good on a Tropic strap. And yeah, it does. It looks really good. All right, let's go back inside. Let's get back to this mini review. All right, now getting back to this model here, you can see here they haven't really changed their brushing or polishing. It is excellent. Very nice, fine brushing, really nice tight chamfers as well. Very happy with that. You got your kind of just a plain S logo. I wish they would do something different with that logo. Not a huge fan of it, but it does look pretty good. It's a nice big onion style crown. One of the things that changed between this model and this model as far as the crown goes, this model, it doesn't have one of those spring-loaded crowns like I'm used to. So when you're screwing the crown in on this one here, you're not winding the movement, which is nice. I wish they would use the same style crown on the S435, especially because these Etaclone movements, when you overwind them or wind them too much, you could break the movement. So the fact that when you're screwing this in, you're actually winding the movement, it's not as smooth. It takes a little bit more effort, and you're actually winding the movement, which is not great for this style of movement. So yeah, just something to note. Maybe Seestern can update this one. But yeah, otherwise, the watches are very similar. The bezel on this thing is excellent. Really happy with the bezel on this thing. No play, nice solid clicks. It doesn't sound cheap. It doesn't feel cheap. It's very smooth, easy to grip. Very happy with it. It's got good alignment too. Whoop, I went too far there. But yeah, the bezel on this thing is great. Really happy with it. And it's fully loomed too, so that's nice. It is a solid, or it is a ceramic bezel insert. Yeah, the only other thing that I wish they would have done, let me get this hand out of the way here. I really wish they would have color matched that date wheel. If they would have thrown a black date wheel on this thing, this would have been amazing, incredible. But they didn't. So that's really my only visual gripe to the changes. They could have added that, and they didn't. And that's kind of a miss in my opinion. Other than that, though, the watches are excellent. I'm going to get a dimension here for you. The other dimensions are exactly the same. So this one is 12 millimeters thick with the crystal. Let's see what this one is here. Yeah, so this one is almost 13 millimeters thick. So they were able to shave off a millimeter in overall thickness. You know, there's not much height to the crystal on the S434, quite a bit of height on the S435. So visually, they really slimmed down those case sides. That mid case, even the case back is thinner. They took advantage of the ST2130, and I am happy they did. It's a great watch and a great movement, and I think, you know, Seestern deserves some praise here. They executed very nicely, and this is becoming one of my favorite, you know, black dive watches in my collection. I've really been enjoying it. I think you guys will too. Whether you guys think it's worth it to, you know, pay $50 extra for those upgrades, that's up to you guys. They still offer that S434. I'm not sure how long they're going to keep making it for, since I do have this one out, and I do think this is the nicer watch, obviously. But yeah, I've been really happy with this one. I just kind of wanted to get it on camera for you guys. I didn't do a full review because there's not a whole lot that's changed. The loom hasn't changed. The loom is excellent on this thing. You know, Swiss BGW9 on the hands and the dial and on the bezel insert. The loom is good on it. The movement has been excellent for me. The ST2130 is kind of one of those movements where every time I get one, they're very accurate. This one is no different. I believe it was plus 2 seconds a day for me. So yeah, really happy with the movement in this thing. Really happy. The bracelet, again, very good. The bezel is very good. The crystal has made a huge difference in the way this watch looks and the way this watch wears. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to complain about, guys. If I could change one thing about it, I would say black date wheel. And maybe do something different with this crown. But yeah, other than that, it's a very solid upgrade across the board, in my opinion. So yeah, I think that's it for me. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and go check down in that video description if you want to buy this one. I'll be leaving the link to the official store. That's where I purchased this one from. Yeah, I think I got it on sale for $172 during 11/11. So really happy with the price that I paid for it. But I mean, still, even at $220, this is a great watch, and you're going to be very happy with it. So yeah, I think that's it for me now. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.